All right, I'm going to assume it's up and working. First set at Ponder, Grapevine down 15 to 23. Dug ourselves into a bit of a hole, but the team's playing better now. Feeling a little better about moving to the next set. We got some momentum going. Now we got Cheyenne serving. Got Jenna playing middle, Claire hitting outside, and Finley currently on the right side. Another good serve. Oh, good attempt on that one. Lift called. Came off the block on our side. We tried to push it up, but had open palm. Set point to Ponder. Ooh, and a gift serve into the net. 16-24, 17-24, Grapevine. Meredith checks in for Jenna. She's going to play middle. And Prescott back to serve. All right, Prescott wisely drops it in deep right corner. Set to the middle. Ooh, Meredith's all over it, but splits her hands, comes down on the Grapevine side. That's going to be at a set one, 17-25. So we were down by more than that. Team started playing better. I think we're going to be competitive here in the next set. Been a little impressed with this Ponder team, though. They're better than I expected them to be as a 3A team. We've got a middle that's jumping high and hitting hard, and we've got an outside that really hits the ball hard, and a lefty on the right side that's playing really well. And they've been digging some big swings by Cheyenne and other members of the team. So we'll get focused in, expect us to come back, be competitive, and take the second set. All right, we're coming back for the second set. Interesting during warmups. Everybody seemed way above the net. Soren walked over and put her hand up, and she was able to get her whole hand above the net, just standing still. When typically she's just going to be able to bend the middle two fingers of her hand over the net. So it looks like this net, for some reason, about 4 or 5 inches lower than it should be. Advantage just goes the same to hitters on both teams, but thought that was interesting. All right, 0-0 in the second set after Ponder took the first. See if Grapevine can have a better showing here. Got Finley, Jenna, and Claire in the front row. Claire has a nice push down the net. Looked good from here, but the ref's going to call that a double. Claire went up with two hands and tried to push that down the net. 1-0 Ponder. Ava handles a serve well. Good set to the middle. Jenna, she tries to tip over the net. Oh, and Ponder tries to run the middle. Jenna says, no, thank you. Get that out of my house. Actually, your house. Shuts that down. Stuff block down. 1-1 Grapevine. All right, Finley back to serve. Riley's going to check in for Ava. Riley will be hitting outside, Jenna in the middle, and Claire on the right side, it looks like. Cheyenne and Prescott playing back row defense along with Finley. Set goes to the outside. Dug by Cheyenne. Popped up by Riley. Jenna tries to send it over. That one's going to go wide. Great defense and reflex by Riley. Great dig by Cheyenne to get that up. It's hard when your back's to the net to play that ball over safely in. That one drifts wide. 2-1 Ponder. Serves to Prescott. She handles it beautifully to Finley. She's going to set Claire on the right side. Big swing dug by Ponder. They're going to the outside. Swing goes deep. Cheyenne wisely calls that long, lets it go. Ties it up 2-2. And Claire's going to go back to serve. Different perspective for us, getting to see Claire's serve come straight at us. This one drops middle left side. Tipped by the outside hitter. Jenna sends it back. There's going to be a back row swing by lefty. Great swing. Pass by Claire. Set to Jenna. She tips again, just outside the 10-foot line. Handled by Ponder, but then Ponder does us a favor. Dumps the ball into the bottom of the net. Point Grapevine. Jenna hasn't had a lot of playing time yet this season with Soren and Alina playing a lot of the time in the middle. So still working on that connection and game time with Finley. She can definitely smack the ball. We just need to get that timing down a little. Great dig by Prescott there on a big swing. Cheyenne hits one hard angle across court. The back left defender can't handle it. That one goes out into the stands. Point Grapevine. Team's already looking much more solid right now. In control. Great ball control. Passing the ball, getting it to the setter, giving her options on where to go. Some big kills. Another good serve by Claire. This pass is tight. Good set to the outside. Prescott digs it up, and that one's going to be in on the Ponder side. Going back to the outside. Little push. Cheyenne says no. Sends it back. Oh, we got a good look here. Finley sets Jenna. She pushes it one-handed to the back. Roll shot over the top. Finley dives, gets a piece of it, but that one's going to drop on the Grapevine side. Point Ponder. That's pretty effective by that outside hitter after hitting a couple of big swings, then rolling that roll shot over the block. Defenders are kind of on their heels after she's been pounding the ball so hard. It's tough to cover that one. Serve down the line. Claire moves, gets a piece of it. That one's going over the net. Ponder pushes it back. Finley right now is a back row player, so she can't go up and swing or block those like she'd like to. She has to stay on her feet to put up a soft block. Try and get a piece of that when we have an overpass. This one declared perfect to Finley. She's going out. Little miscommunication there. Not sure if that one was meant for Cheyenne, who was coming in on a quick, or Riley, who was set up on the outside. Kind of ends up in between, and we're unable to push that over. Ponder takes a 1-point lead, 5-4. Ooh, tough serve by Ponder. Drops Claire. Gets enough of it to send back over the outside. Good set to the Ponder outside. Block doesn't quite close there. She's able to take advantage, hit it off the inside of Jenna's, or the outside of Jenna's right hand, the inside of the block, splitting the blockers and kill the Ponder. Wow, another good float. Prescott handles it nicely. Outside to Cheyenne. Good swing, but the middle's there, gets a piece of it, sends it back on the Grapevine side. 7-4 Ponder. Set in the middle to Cheyenne. She tries to tip over the top. Ponder is covering all the tips tonight. Like to see Grapevine adjust, start swinging at all the balls. Tips just are not effective. Get a couple big kills, then maybe get the defense staying back a little bit. Some of those tips can be effective, but right now they are covering them easily. They really need to be swinging. Another good serve, handled nicely by Cheyenne. She gets rewarded with a nice set, pounds it off the block, out, comes back on the Grapevine side, but wide, point to Grapevine. We'll call that a nice tool by Cheyenne. Hit the outside of the block, hit it hard at an angle that drove the ball out of bounds. Outside blocker was a little frustrated with herself. Prescott back to serve. Coming at us. Good flow down the middle. Hard to handle. They're going to be out of system. Free ball. Meredith sends it up to Finley. Good set to Cheyenne. Off the top of the block. This one should be coming back a free ball as well. A good pass by Claire to Finley. She shoots it to Meredith. Block gets a piece of it, but good swing by Meredith. Easily covered by Claire. Nice. Riley rolls it over the top of the block. Comes back over. Tough to get a point right now. There's some great defense. Ponder, Libero lays out and pops that one up. Nobody's able to cover it, though. Point Grapevine, 5-8. No, 6-8 now, Grapevine. Prescott's still serving. Some really high-quality volleyball. Honestly, on the trip out here to Ponder, I wasn't sure what we were going to see today. But so far, it's been really good volleyball. Very exciting. Big swing, Ponder outside. Dug by Prescott. That one's going to drop in. Defense sends it back in. Ooh, and that Ponder outside takes a big swing off of Cheyenne's block. Kind of paying back for the time Cheyenne did it to her a few points ago. Point Grapevine, or point Ponder, 9-6. It's a good serve. Claire handles it nicely. Set to Cheyenne in the middle, off the block. Oh, Meredith's going to go after a free ball, or a birthday ball. Gets it over. All right. Kill for Meredith. Birthday ball came over. She took a swing at it off the top of the Ponder block. A couple of slow pinball reactions, and then off the antenna out of bounds. All right, Crimson's going to check in to serve. So we've got Cheyenne hitting outside, Meredith hitting middle, Finley playing right side right now as the setter. Set is to the outside. Meredith's up there, gets a small piece of it, but through the block. Crimson's there, gets a piece, but I tell you, we need to find a way to keep this Ponder team out of system because their outsides are just crushing the ball right now, playing really well. Like to see Meredith and Jenna get a couple stuff blocks on them, get in their heads a little bit so they're not swinging so freely. Good swing by Cheyenne. Block got a piece of it and slowed it down. Right at the middle defender. Wow. Lefty for Ponder hits a tough angle cut inside the left sideline. Point Ponder, 11-7. Second set. This point gap gets any further, I think we're going to need a timeout. Try and get a reset for Grapevine. That's a tough serve. Pass goes back behind the baseline off of Prescott's arms. Point Ponder. Coach seems to be kind of checking in with the girls, see where their heads are at. Evaluate if they need a timeout at a reset. Ooh, another tough serve to Prescott. And this one's passed over the bench, out of bounds. 13-7 Ponder, and Coach Wallace is going to take a timeout, get with the team, try and get them to reset. Came out playing really well at the beginning of this set. Great ball control, had some good looks and swings. Kind of reverting back to how we played in that first set now. Hopefully we can get a reset. Go back to the beginning of this. Gap is 6 right now. Grapevine 7, Ponder 13. Need to make a move now before they get any closer to 20. All right, the buzzer and the officials are calling Grapevine back to the court. Serve's coming. We've got Crimson, Prescott, and Claire receiving serve. Good pass by Prescott. Set to the middle to Cheyenne. She tries a tip. Ponder's got that covered. Set to the right. The lefty on the right side. She gets a nice swing past the block. And those tips continue to be ineffective. Really like to see some big swings out of these Grapevine pins. Good serve down the middle. Prescott pops it up. It's going to be outside the 10-foot. Claire sets Cheyenne on the outside, and that one, diving libero. Official says that one did touch the ground. She didn't quite get there. She can't believe it. I honestly couldn't see it from my side, but we will take that one. 8-14 Grapevine. Cheyenne's going to go back to serve. So we'll have Meredith hitting middle, right, Finley playing right side, and Claire hitting outside with Crimson, Prescott, and Cheyenne playing defense in the back row. Ooh, good serve by Cheyenne. Finley dives, gets a piece of it. Crimson pops it up. Cheyenne sends it over. There's a back row swing. Looked to me like maybe a foot or a back row attack there, but it's hard to tell. Ponder has their insignia over the lines. Makes it very hard to see where the 10-foot line is. Claire with a huge swing on the outside against a single block. Love seeing that. Smashes it down in the seam, back right. Point Grapevine, 9-14. Looks like a very good call by Coach Wallace to take a timeout there. Let's see if we can't rattle off 5 or 6 here. This one's over. Finley goes up, touches it down, but the libero comes flying through and digs it up. Big swing by the right side. Cheyenne gets a piece of it, but can't get it back onto the court. Point Ponder, 15-9. Yeah, it's a new position for Finley, playing a 5-1 and blocking on that right side. Did a good job noticing that free ball, birthday ball coming over, went up and gave it a push down. Unfortunately, that libero read it, came right underneath and got a piece of it. Good push by Claire to the deep left, but man, this Ponder defense, they're getting everything. Big swing by the left-hander down the right sideline. Prescott's there at her face. She uses her hands to pop it up, but can't keep it on the court. 16-9 Ponder. It's a good serve by Ponder. Cheyenne pass over the net. Ponder outside, jumps up and pushes that one straight down. 17-9 Ponder. Looks like we're going to need the reverse sweep tonight. It's looking like Gravevine's going to drop these first 2. Going to have to find a way to rally and take the next 3 to get a victory tonight. Be interesting to see where this Ponder team, I believe they're a 3A school, where they finish in the district and or state this year. You know, there have been nights where I think the Grapevine team just isn't playing to their capability. We're certainly not playing our best right now, but it's not like we're playing terrible against a bad team. This is a really good-looking Ponder team. We're still working through some of the new rotations with some of the injuries we have, Soren and Alina being out. But the team is still out there battling. They look focused. See if we can't get something going. Okay, Cheyenne, perfect pass. Outside to Claire. Block doesn't close, but unfortunately her swing gets a piece of the tape. It just slows the ball down, pops it right up to the defense. Swing right in front of Coach Wallace. Looked wide to me, but called on the line by the line judge. Point to Ponder. 18-9 in the second set. Grapevine trailing 0-1 sets. Set to Cheyenne, the back row, big swing, dug by Ponder. Inside the 10-foot, well done. Tip, I didn't think that came over the net. The referee agrees, calls 2 touches on the hitter who tried to tip it. Should have been a 4th touch, I guess you could call it. 2 touches either way. All right, we're going to rotate. Lila's going to come in to serve. Meredith is out. Jenna's in playing middle. They're going to run the middle. Finley was there and up. Swing. Oh, I guess it caught a piece of Finley's fingers. Didn't look like it from here to me, but nobody's complaining. Good swing by the middle. Got a piece of Finley's fingers on its way out of bounds. Good reaction by Finley being in position and up on that one. Another good pass for the team. Claire tries to tip it in the middle. This libero is covering everything. Back row set. Hits the net and crawls over. Finley's there, though, and covers it. Jenna dives and pops the ball up one-handed. Very well played. Claire sends this one deep, smart. Another good pass by this libero. Prescott's under that. Great pass. Jenna's going to jump set. Claire pushes to the deep corner, and that's a point Grapevine. Wow. That's a shot I didn't realize that Jenna had in her. Way to react. Get underneath that. Cover that. I think it was Jenna. Maybe I saw it wrong. I have to go back and rewatch that. But. All right. Crimson's going to come out. Riley's going to check in to hit on the outside, and Finley back to serve. So we've got Riley, Jenna, and Claire on the front row. Claire goes up and stuff blocks solo on the outside. Big smile there. That's the kind of thing we need. Turn this momentum around. Great read by Claire. She was all over that ball. Nowhere for the outside to go. Good serve by Finley, but handled by the libero. Back row tries pushing it. Jenna gets a piece. All right, Claire's going to wisely roll this deep to the middle. Great dig by Cheyenne. Oh, no, it's going over. From here, it looked perfect. Couple overpasses there hurting the Grapevine Mustangs. Wisely rolled over by Prescott. Tip. Prescott. Great cover. Finley wisely doesn't step on Prescott. Makes a good pass outside to Riley. She sends it deep middle. Great dig by Finley. Great read there. From this angle, you can see Finley moving around, adjusting where the block was, and was in perfect position for that swing. Then we get a weak rollover. A little miscommunication there between Finley, Cheyenne. Both on that ball. And that one's going to go out of bounds. 20-12, Grapevine trailing. Ponder to serve. Cheyenne's pass drifts into the net. Finley digs it out, and Jenna sends it over. Little reset here. Riley gets a piece. Jenna pops it up. But it comes right, goes over the net, comes right back down to her. Just doesn't seem like any of these bounces are going our way right now either. Getting good touches on balls, but they're just headed over the net or in the wrong place. Not able to convert them into points for Grapevine. Good pass by Prescott. Nice jump set by Finley. Little roll. Claire plays it well. Looking to the middle to Jenna. Good swing past the block. Oh no, birthday ball comes back. Jenna goes up to swing at it. Only gets a small piece of that ball. Stays on our side, and she touches it again. So 2 touches. That one's going to go back to Ponder. 12-22, Grapevine trails. Nice pass. Claire with a big swing, splits the block. Ponder gets it up again. Birthday ball coming over. Riley jumps on it, slams it down. Ponder's not handling that one. Riley says enough. Puts that one down. 13-22, Grapevine. And Claire back to serve. Cheyenne rotates into the front row, so we'll have Cheyenne hitting right side, Jenna middle, and Riley on the outside. Let's get a big block here. Over the block, but dug nicely by Claire. Inside the 10 to Finley. Good set to Riley. Block gets a piece of her swing. Dug up. Ooh, and that outside for Ponder slams the ball between our block. Great dig by the Grapevine Mustangs defense. Pretty quick set to the right side there. The block isn't able to react in closing time. She splits the block for a kill for Ponder. Ponder libero back to serve. She's got a very tough jump float that we've struggled with in this match. She sends one down the line. Claire handles it nicely, though. Cheyenne with a big swing into the block. That one comes back to Grapevine. Side, point Ponder, 13-24, Grapevine trails. Oh, that serve catches a lot of tape. Finley with her back to the net. It climbs over and rolls down Finley's back. That's going to end set number 2. All right. Well, let's hope we've got a different bag of tricks. We can get something changed up. Maybe Ponder goes on a cold streak here. We need a little help here in the third set. Grapevine trails 0-2, and we'll take a short break. Thank you for the kind words, Wendy. Happy to do it. I think my only regret regarding broadcasting for the season is that I didn't start it earlier in the season. Boy, it would have been a blast to be broadcasting and commentating on that Grapevine Colleyville match where Grapevine took it to him, beat him for the first time in a couple of years. All right, we're going to get this third set started. Looks like we've got a change in the rotation here. So Grayson's now starting in the middle. Grayson was injured earlier in the season, so we didn't get to see a lot of her. But definitely a promising middle upcoming. So we're going to have Grayson in the middle. Cheyenne, it looks like, hitting right side, and Claire outside. Looks like Meredith, based on current rotation, will be playing opposite Grayson. Looks like the down ref is enjoying having a little chat with Claire, and who wouldn't? Claire is always super nice and fun to talk to. All right, Meredith is going to go to check out as Prescott comes in to play defense, and Finley's going to get started with her serve. You know, Finley has the ability. She's got a tough float. She could rattle off a couple good quick ones for us and get us a little start. First one's good down the line, but passed nicely. Ooh, Cheyenne all over that block. Not quite able to press far enough to send that ball back on the Ponder side. It comes back on Grapevine's side and drops for a point. Okay, Riley with the serve receive. Good pass, just outside the 10. Good swing by Cheyenne, but the block gets a piece of it. Oh, big swing by the outside by Ponder, but Cheyenne is all over that one. Has that swing covered, blocks it, and sends it straight down. Point Grapevine, 1-1. So a little change up here. Cheyenne's going to get a chance for a break as Crimson's going to come in to serve and play defense. Good serve in the seam by Crimson, but the libero handles it. Oh, good swing by the Ponder outside. Prescott moves to it, gets a piece. That one was going deep corner. Toughest swing to defend, in my opinion. She did a good job getting a piece, but wasn't able to get it moving forward, so we can play that one. Ponder libero back to serve. We've got Crimson playing right defense, Prescott in the middle, and Riley receiving serve on the left side. Serve goes right at Crimson. She passes it nicely to the 10-foot line. Good set to Claire. She hits it deep back middle. Doug. Set to the Ponder outside. Claire is up with it. But a block hit right into Clara. But unfortunately, with the movement that she had, she wasn't over the net. Hands on our side, so the ball comes off the block down in front. Claire tries to pop it up, just isn't quite able to get it high enough. Good serve handled by Prescott. Set to Riley on a 2 in the middle. She makes a good swing, but a great dig by Ponder. This one's coming over the net. Grayson tries to pass it to Finley. It leaks over the net, and now Ponder outside takes advantage and slams the birthday ball back. 1-4, Ponder. See if that libero goes back at Crimson with this serve. She does. Ooh, Crimson sends it quickly to Finley. She pops it up. Riley deep middle. That deep middle for Ponder is covering everything. Ooh, overpass dug by Finley. Grayson reacts very well. Gets up as the Ponder middle tries to smack the free ball. Grayson blocks it back. Result is Ponder ends up hitting the ball long point to Grapevine. Great reaction by Grayson. That's what you want to see your middles do. When that ball's headed over the net, you want to see them turn, get up, and get their hands in front of that ball. Good serve by Prescott. Sets to the middle. Riley gets a piece of it, but it comes back on our side. That's just been the story of the night. You know, our block is there. We're getting a piece of balls, but most of them are coming back on our side instead of sending them back to Ponder. Drops back in front of Riley. She tries to pop it up, but it's a lift. Okay, service to Crimson. She handles it nicely to Finley. Pump set's a little outside the 10-foot line. Claire has to just push that one over. Great dig by Finley. Claire, we all know she's a great setter. Pushes it outside. A good push to Riley. Riley swing down the line a little long. 2-6. Grapevine trails by 4. Another serve to Crimson. Great pass. Set to Claire on the right side. It's a little tight. Claire tries to push it. The block sends it back towards us. Oh, good swing by Ponder. Riley gets a piece, and Prescott makes a great diving save outside the court. We get it over them. Another good swing by the Ponder outside. Crimson gets a good piece of it. Moved to that well, but not able to bring it back into the court. Ooh, good float, sir. We could move that. See that ball moving from our left to our right. Claire tools it off the middle block. Gets that one through for a point. Grapevine now 3-7. And Priyanka's going to check in for Finley. This is a look we haven't seen in a little bit as Claire comes back to serve. Looks like coach is going back to a 6-2, meaning we'll have 2 setters. When Claire is in the front row, she'll swing. In the back row, it looks like she's going to set. Good serve. Set goes outside. Great block by Meredith. Sends that back deep. It's coming over free ball. Ooh, is right on the line. Crimson makes a decision to play it, which I think was the right one. Sends it back in, but we end up having to free ball that over. Good dig by Crimson after Riley gets a touch on the block. Another set to the right side. She goes over the block. Claire pops it up. Prescott with a good set to Riley. She goes around the block down the line. Kill off the defender. Very well done. Great rally, great point. Way to battle, Grapevine. Now, the advantage of this change by the coach in the lineup is you maintain 3 hitters through every rotation in the front row. Forces Ponder to adjust their block, whereas when we only have 2 setters, they can shade their block towards the side where the 2 hitters are. I mean, where we only have 2 hitters. But, man, Ponder, and I think somewhat taking advantage of the low net, is hitting the ball really hard, really well tonight. It'd be interesting to know if they practice with this net at this height. I know for me as a player, when the net height changes, it affects my timing as a hitter because you use the top of the net as a reference point a lot of times. So I'm kind of feeling like this is a little bit of a home cook and home court advantage to Ponder by having the net so low. All right, Grapevine trails 4-9 in the third set after dropping the first 2. Good serve, diving dig by Riley. Good set to Pre. She hits it in the seam back right, but it's dug by the libero. Dump. Priyanka covers it. Riley's going to get another swing. Hits that one deep right to the libero. She pops it up. Roll shot back. Great pass by Crimson. Set to Meredith in the middle. She gives it a little push off the block, and that one's going to drop. Point Grapevine. It's like Meredith was just a little in front of that ball. Didn't give her a chance to really swing at it because it was behind her head, but did a good job of getting a piece of it, pushing it off the block. Riley back to serve. Good serve by Riley. It's going to be a tip by the right side. Pre gets a piece of it, and then Claire sends it over. Meredith in good spot, gets a piece of that swing, but deflects wide. Prescott reacts and gets a piece of it, but not going to be able to save that one. Very hard to track the ball and dig those up when they come sideways off the block. All right, we've got Cheyenne back in. She'll be hitting on the outside. Claire goes to Pre on the right. Swing is dug. All right, and Pre's all over that one. I don't think it came over the net, but I'm going to credit Pre with that block. She was set up all over it. If it did come over the net, I think she was sending it right down. So Pre on that right side. This gives us a bigger blocking option than when we have Finley there. Good serve by Lila, handled by Ponder. Sets to the right side, and she just takes it in just outside the block where Cheyenne was set up. It is challenging to adjust to a left-handed versus a right-hand hitter on where you set that block up. And that's the advantage of having a lefty on the right side. It's easier for them to pull that ball down the line than it is for a right-handed hitter. Oh, good pass by Cheyenne. Claire's going to reward her with a set. Big swing at hard angle, dug. This set to Pre. She's going to try and tip it over the block. Okay, this one got a piece of the block. They're calling a double, it looks like. I'm not sure how that is possible, but anyways, they pointed in the right direction. It's Grapevine's point, Grapevine's ball. And Finley's going to check back in to serve and set out of the back row. Looks like Claire's going to hit outside and Cheyenne's going to hit right side. Grapevine trails 7-11 in the third set. Good serve down the line, handled by Ponder. Back row set. Riley pops this one up, drifts a little close to the net. Finley tries to get under it to dig it out, but is unable to, and that one drops. That was a tough swing. Came at Riley, kind of right in between the area where you decide if you're going to drop your platform and pass it or play it with your hands up top. Serves to Riley. Good pass into the middle. Finley clear outside. You know, that set, not sure what the communication was there. It was a little outside of where Claire was approaching. She reaches back, tries to roll it over, but that one's going to stay on our side. Point Ponder, 7-13. Prescott with an overpass. The Ponder outside goes up and tips that one down. 7-14. Oh, good serve in the seam. Riley gets it up. Claire with a good swing, handled by the Ponder libero. Prescott reads that tip very well. Gets there and sends it back. Riley with a swing out of the back row. Dug up. Prescott gets a piece of this one. Riley charges back, pops it up. Prescott's going to send it back deep, and the team's going to reset. Good hustle there. Set to Cheyenne on the right. She's going to just do a little roll, little change of timing for the block there. And that outside just goes over the block. Hard angle, deep corner. Prescott gets a piece of it, but unable to bring that one back into the court. So we've got front row right now. We've got Grayson in the middle. We've got Claire hitting outside and Cheyenne hitting right side. Serve to Claire. She handles it nicely. Good swing by Sham, but caught the net, slowed down the ball a little bit. Free ball coming back over. Let's run something good here. Cheyenne's got a one-on-one block there, but the outside gets a piece of it, sends it right back to her. 7-16 Ponder. So definitely not the match we were hoping to have tonight as we wrapped up the regular season and prepare for the playoffs. Touches are always good though. The opportunity to work on and try and push through some adversity here. Work on some of the new rotations and adjustments we've had to make with our middles out. Riley with a great pass to Finley. Good set to Claire. She tools it off the block. Great job. That was a good look there. All right, Crimson's in back to serve. Got Grayson hitting out of the middle in the front row. It's like Claire's going to move to the right side to hit, and Riley's hitting on the outside. That one's popped up. Good pass by Riley, too. Ooh, that's tight. Claire's going to push it over the net. This one's coming back. Tip. Oh. Not sure what happened there. Looks like maybe a little miscommunication. That tip drops in the middle for a point. 8-17, Ponder. All right, we got Riley, Prescott, and Crimson receiving serve in the back row. This one's going to Prescott. Riley sets Claire on the right. It's a good swing from where she was at. Ponder outside, just rolls it over the block. Prescott gets a piece, but that's going to go over the bench and out of bounds for a point. 8-18. Good serve handled by Prescott. Nice set to Claire. She goes down the line hard. And even the Ponder libero can't handle that ball. Great swing by Claire. Got around the block, down the line, off the hands of the Ponder libero. Point Grapevine. 9-18, and Prescott back to serve. Good serve by Prescott in the seam. Sets to the middle. Block is up, and Riley gets a good piece of it. That one drops off the block in front of Crimson. 9-19. A good swing by Riley, dug by the libero. Going to the outside, swing off the top of the block. Prescott gets it up, and Finley runs it down, pops it up. Riley has a good swing on it, sending it in. Little roll shot by the Ponder outside over the block and drops in front of Finley. Point Ponder, 9-20. Really impressed with some of the players out there. Still giving it all. They're all hustling like crazy to run down every ball. Ooh, good serve. That one was moving. Crimson gets it up. Player's going to swing out in the back row. It's that Ponder outside again. Hard angle. Prescott, great dig. Crimson runs it down, pops it back. Prescott curls it over the net. It's set to the right side. Ooh, swing deep to the right of Crimson. And that one drops for a Ponder point. 9-21. Ooh, tough serve to Crimson. That one never gets above the height of her knees as she passes that ball. Coach is going to go ahead and take a pause here, take a timeout as we're at 9-22. All right, we're back 9-22 in the third set. See if we can't get a couple good points rattled off here. Good serve, handled by Riley. Set back to Riley. Swing blocked. Crimson's there to cover. This one's going to Claire. She's going to try and drop it in the middle. The libero dives across and brings it up. Riley's in position. A good cover there. Claire with a big swing that catches the net and comes down on our side. 9-23. Ooh, a good serve moving left to right. My left to right. Claire goes up, sees there's no block, and the defense is out of position. A nice little tip, barely clears the net, and drops short inside the 10-foot line for a point. Bree's going to check in for Finley to hit on the right side in the front row, and Claire is back to serve, and she'll be setting from the right. Okay, Claire drops it in. Ooh, ace. Boy, the Ponder defense that has not done that very often tonight. Shanks a pass. We'll take that as an ace and point. Grapevine, 11-23. Claire, another good serve right at the same player, but she handles this one. Ponder outside the big swing. Prescott dives to her right. Open right hand, pops it up. Unfortunately, drifts back behind the rest of the team and unable to play that one. But good reaction by Prescott getting her hands on that. Just haven't been able to get our block on top of that Ponder outside hitter. Ooh, and a good deep serve. Crimson tries to play it with her fingers. That one goes through her fingers off the back. That's going to end the night, 11-25. Ponder Mustangs will probably have some things to talk about on the drive home tonight. We're going to hope that Lena's procedure went well. Everybody wish her well, send her prayers. Hopefully she'll be back quickly. Soren, unfortunately, is going to be now basically in a mobilization brace for the next 4 weeks. So we won't have her for the balance of the season. All right, drive safe, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.